Well, we do have 4 great matches this weekend on Saturday, and so it's the League Cup finals. So we're going to kick it off here. So FA Cup final, Arsenal versus Chelsea, playing at Wembley. I said that somebody is going. Martin, you lucky so-and-so. How excited are you?
I'm very excited, but it's tinged with a great dollop of apprehension. I watched the last 2 FA Cup finals at the Emirates on the big screen, and went into those games against lesser opposition, feeling quite comfortable against the likes of Hull, that, you know, you can win it. Aston Villa were already relegated and we pulverised them. But going into this game against the champions, Chelsea, with a patched up back 3, it's going to be pretty tough. We're going to be missing Lauren Koscielny through suspension. Gabriel's injured. Shkodran Mustafi might play, but he hasn't trained at all because he's sick. So you're basically, if they're going to play a back 3, and playing a back 3 has coincided with their huge upturn in form, you're looking at the moment at inexperienced Rob Holding, left back Nacho Monreal, and if Mustafi's not fit, then you're going to have to play Per Mertesacker, who hasn't started a game all season. So it's looking very, very dodgy. Conceded 3 goals against Chelsea in their last game. Eden Hazard just tore through their defence time and time again. And with a bit of a patched up back line, I'm starting to fear the worst. Eternally optimistic, but a little bit worried. I'm going to be watching it in a corporate box with lots of beer, though. So if we struggle, I can drown my sorrows. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and also, what's the sort of the mentality like of going in? Because obviously they've missed out on the top 4 this year, which obviously is probably new to Arsenal for a long time. Are they feeling deflated, or are they feeling that this is their last chance to get something out of a not as good season as they have had?
I don't think deflated. I think the uncertainty around Arsene Wenger's future has put a bit of a cloud over the club, and some of the players don't quite know what's going on. But I think had they not had this defensive crisis, they would go into the game full of confidence, because despite missing out on the top 4, they have won 8 of their last 9 games, including getting past Man City in the semi-finals. They have been much, much improved since switching to the 3 at the back and wing-back system that has served Chelsea so well this season, because they've got the players for it. They've been a lot stronger in defence with 3 at the back, and having the 2 wing-backs playing a real high-energy game, that's freed up Alexis Sanchez to score a lot of goals. So if they were going in with a full starting 11, I think they'd be full of confidence and have every chance. But because of their defensive struggles, I think it's going to be a very, very tall order.
Yeah, well, Chelsea are the favourites there, 1.8, draw 3.8, and Arsenal 4.75. All those odds with Bet365. Alex, what have you got for us?
I'm really happy that I was betting on Arsenal from the time that Martin said, but without being lucky, because when he said it, that round they lost. So after that, the other round, I started to back them to win. So I'm really happy that I was betting them to win the last matches from the Premier League. And I think that the final is a final. Of course, Koscielny is one of the key players that will affect their defense. So I don't think that Arsenal is that kind of team to not to concede and to keep a clear sheet. A clean sheet. I think that Chelsea has the first chance. They will want to win also the FA Cup. I'm going as a winners market for Chelsea, but my top tip is Alex Classic, both teams to score and the over 2.5. I think we will see an incredible match at 2.1, the best odds right now.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, there's one word that seems to be floating around, is goals. Stuart, any crazies in this match, or what have you got?
Not really. I mean, I remember saying when Spurs were heading up against Chelsea in the semi-finals, whichever team wins that will win the double. And unfortunately, Chelsea won. They've also won the league. They will win the double. I just got to feel sorry for Arsenal fans. I mean, what's it got to be like when a quarter of the Premier League has qualified for the Champions League and your team hasn't?
Yes,
it's got to look like being a Tottenham fan for the last 20 years when you finish below Arsenal. 2 decades, hasn't it? We'll be back. Class is permanent.
Spurs are back where they are and Arsenal heading down.
Big man, what have you got to say about the match? Have you got any bets for us today?
I like the way Arsenal's been playing lately. Look, I get they're not going anywhere next year, but again, Champions League is what they desire. They'll be back, no problem. What's so funny?
Martin, I'm laughing because he said stuff and he's getting, wow, again, something about Arsenal, bad stuff.
I'm just taking all angles here. It's fine.
I have nothing bad to say about Arsenal.
You're controlling yourself in the box.
Well, I contend where he's coming from. I mean, I deal with the same thing as with my football team here in America. We were in a very similar spot with our manager, so I get where Martin's coming from. It can be tough when you want to change and they're not making it. But, yeah, look, I like the way Arsenal's playing. They're scoring goals. They've been much better recently. I think they could score a goal here. I think Chelsea obviously will attack and be able to score with some of the injuries that Chelsea has, or that Arsenal has. I think you mentioned, Natalie, both teams are scoring. The over 2.5 looks pretty decent here at 2.1. I think this is a 2-1 type of game, maybe 3-1, something like that. These FA Cup games have been pretty high scoring for the most part. So I'll look over. I think we see some goals here for sure.
Yeah, and do you know what though? The over 2.5 goals, tremendous value there. Goes as high as 1.81 at 10 bet if you don't want to combine it, just in case you think. But you know, last two matches obviously in the season went 3-1 and 3-0. We're seeing goals. It's going to be a goal fest either way. I think the over 2.5 goals is definitely the best way to start. Go for the Chelsea win and both teams to score. So we're selection there. Stuart, what did you say you were going for?
I'm going for a Chelsea win, but I am interested to see if there's any odds available on John Terry to lift the trophy in full kit and shin pads without having played a minute of the game.
Yeah.
Anyone got odds on that?
I don't know.
I would not take that bet. I reckon he'll do it. I think he'll do it, yeah.
What did you say you were going for?
Oh, I just think John Terry will probably end up doing that. My actual bets are, well, the Alex Classic, obviously. Both teams scoring over 2.5 goals. Love that one. I also like Chelsea to score over 1.5 team goals. That's 3.25. Which
wow, I like that one a lot.
Great.
I quite fancy a small stake on Cesc Fabregas to score at any time, 6.0. Just got a feeling he's going to come off the bench or play and just put Arsenal to the sword, run off celebrating, and we're all going to cry.
Okay, and just so slick says he's waiting for Alex's dance moves. Alex owes me a dance, and I've been waiting. So let's hope not waiting too long.
Hey,
quite
yeah,
exciting.
What are your thoughts on, like, Mesut Ozil's had a weird season with Arsenal. At 6, I could see him scoring, coming out of nowhere. What do you think?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I think if anyone scores for Arsenal, it'll probably be Sanchez the way he's playing at the moment.
Sure.
Ozil more into the assist, but yeah, you never know. I hope so.
John Terry to score 8.
He's not gonna play.
I know. I'm only kidding.
He will enter in 90 minutes how Rooney did yesterday at Manchester United and lifted the trophy. You know? Like that, John Terry will do also tomorrow.
If they're winning,
right, Saturday.